Thank you so much, Marjorie. That's so kind, and thank you all for being here. You know, if you'd ever told me I was going to be pro-life or praying in front of Planned Parenthood, I would have said you were crazy. You know, I went into Planned Parenthood as a very liberal, pro-choice feminist, and I really saw Planned Parenthood as, you know, the fruit of the labors of the feminist movement, and that it was a really positive place for women, and that I sort of saw it as like, you know, if I'm working at Planned Parenthood, I'm really a feminist, and you know, this is great. I was really excited to work there. So after college, they were hiring, and I said, this is great, and I went to work there as a clinic worker. Mind you, of course, that I was a women's studies major. I had no medical training at all. I just want to briefly touch on, you know, a little bit about working at Planned Parenthood, because, you know, when Lila's video came out last year, I literally got on my chair and screamed, "Alleluia." I couldn't believe it, because I was so vindicated. You know, I knew for over 10 years that this was true and that this was happening and that it was commonplace, but I was so afraid. I had nobody to tell, I had nobody to talk to about it, and you know, the Iron Curtain there is very strong. You question Planned Parenthood, and boy, people really come down on you. But you know, when you work at a Planned Parenthood abortion clinic, and this clinic is in Boston, it's on Commonwealth Ave, it is all abortions, all day, every day. That is what we did, Monday through Saturday, all day. Few GYN appointments, maybe a couple HIV testing, but pretty much that's all we do, or did. They still do it. You know, one of the things that strikes me as I'm thinking about it now, when a woman comes in for her appointment, the very first thing they do is take her money. Before she meets with a counselor or you know, talks to anybody about her decision, they already have her money. When they call to make an appointment, they don't ask, why are you thinking about an abortion? They ask, when was your last period and how are you going to pay for this? So before the woman even gets to talk to somebody, she's already in that abortion-minded mode. She's sort of being pushed through. And I'll tell you that when you are in that position, you're so vulnerable and you're scared, and you know, people are telling you this is the right thing to do. When you go to Planned Parenthood and everyone's so, you know, sure that abortion is the thing for you to do, you're not really going to question it. And you know, once they get into the counseling session, now mind you, I was trained as everything. I did everything. So as a counselor, the counseling consists of taking a medical history, taking blood pressure and pulse, describing the abortion procedure, and the way we describe it is, it's about 5 minutes, and the doctor will extract the contents of the uterus. So we don't even say, there's no fetus, there's no embryo, there's the contents of the uterus or the product of conception. Either one of those are acceptable phrases. And you might say to her, now you're sure that you want to have an abortion, you know that you could give the baby up for adoption, and that's the counseling, that's your options counseling right there. You know, the thing that really strikes me is that nobody's asking her, you know, what are you going through? You know, what's going on in your life that's brought you here today? You know, have you thought about, you know, have you told this person, have you told this person? It just doesn't happen, because the view there is that would be insulting. It would be insulting to a woman to question her decision. It would be insulting to say, hey, you want to see the ultrasound? That would be insulting. It would be insulting to question her if she's had multiple abortions, because in their view, you're demeaning her. And one of the things I also did, I was a medical assistant. Again, let me remind you, I had no medical training whatsoever. And as a medical assistant, you're in the abortion room with the doctor and the nurse. You bring the patient in and you get her ready. And the way you get her ready is, I'm sure most women here have had a gynecological appointment, so you put her on the table, get her ready. And that's the position she's in when her healthcare provider comes into the room. If she's lucky, he might use her name or make eye contact, but generally speaking, he or she doesn't. It's, you know, they're in, they're out. So part of your job is to clean up the room after the abortion. The nurse looks at placenta to make sure everything's there. She puts it in a little baggie. And you wait with the girl until she's ready, the woman, until she's ready to go to the recovery room. And you are left there alone with her a lot of times, which is kind of scary. And one of the things I wanted to share with you is at the end of the day, I haven't really thought about this in a long time. One of my jobs was to count these baggies, these plastic bags, because the bags had to match the number of abortions we'd done that day. And what they call the bags are POCs, product of conception. And the clinic workers would joke that they were pieces of children.
Oh.
And I really haven't thought about that in a really long time, because there's a part of me that really, at this point, has to wonder how I could have been a party to that. I know why they would joke. I know why there was that gallows humor. You sort of have to do that to survive. And when you think about it, you're dealing with death day in and day out. The death of children. And you're in an environment, you're in a culture that not only supports it and condones it, but pushes it forward as though it's a good thing. So, I don't want to take too much time, but I just want to, what happened for me at the end of working at Planned Parenthood was we did second trimester abortions there. And there were only a few girls that were medical assistants for that because it's rather gruesome. It's a 2-day procedure. And I really, to be honest, I would counsel women about these second trimester abortions, knowing nothing about it. I would just, to me it was just like, oh yeah, you come in and they'll insert some laminaria to, wind the cervix, and the next day you'll come in and the doctor will do the abortion. Well, this day I was asked to go in and clean up the room. And, I went in and I was really filled with sort of this dread and trepidation and anxiety, but I went in and they hadn't taken the baby out of the room yet. And I stood there looking at this jar with these body parts in shock. And I sort of backed out of the room, not sure if I had really seen what I had seen. Because the lie was exposed. This was a baby. I could see hands, I could see feet. This was a person, it was a human being. Why didn't I know that? And I say to people, you would think that I would run out of there screaming and, like, do you know what they're doing in there? Do you know what's going on in there? But I didn't. I didn't, I couldn't. I said to the girl, I said, I can't go in there, I can't do it. She said, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that it was still in there. Do you want to talk about it? And I said, no. And again, you'd think I wouldn't go back to work the next day, but I did. Because who was I going to talk to? The law is so strong that you really feel like you have nowhere to go. And I didn't talk about this for over 10 years. I left Planned Parenthood. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be a social worker. I'm going to be a teacher. I love kids. I know it's weird, but I do. And, I left it all behind. And I didn't even become pro-life until a few years ago when it just, I got it. We were talking about babies. And, when Lila talks about, it's not just Planned Parenthood, she's absolutely right. But I think Planned Parenthood, one of its goals is to go younger and younger and younger. It's name granted, and they want to get into the schools. And that way, when somebody is a teenager and pregnant, oh yeah, Planned Parenthood. They know that name. It's the first name they're going to think of. And it's a culture, it's a belief that being a mother takes away women's dignity. And it is a culture and a belief that children are the enemy of women. And that's what we're fighting against. And, I think that Planned Parenthood it's much more than just defunding Planned Parenthood. That's the first step, but there's so much more to it than that. And I don't want to talk too long, so I'll take some questions. Thank you.